Hi, this is Tristan from heartratemonitor.co.uk and this is our video review of the Garmin Vivosmart HR. The Vivosmart HR is Garmin's first activity tracker which uses their built-in Garmin Elevate optical heart rate sensor. So this product will take your heart rate directly off the wrist. The purpose of this video is to go through the main screens of the Vivosmart HR and to show you what you could expect if you were to choose to buy one. Please remember, if you're watching this video, and it's really appreciated if you can check the prices from the links below, and that helps us to continue to make these videos for you. Thank you. Okay, so let's look at some of the screens one at a time. This is obviously your normal time of day screen. The Vivosmart HR does allow you to have the screen in a vertical mode as opposed to a horizontal mode if you wish to. That's something you can set in your Garmin Connect app if you prefer to view the display in the vertical mode as opposed to the standard default of horizontal. So this is horizontal mode. On the screen here we've got time of day, we've got the date. Top right hand corner there's the little alarm, because the Vivosmart HR gives you a silent vibrate alarm which is very effective, and that can be set to go off just once or on weekdays. Normally along the bottom here you would have the move bar. The move bar tells you after an hour of inactivity, it will illuminate telling you you need to move, and you'll get a subtle gentle vibration and a move alert, and then there's another 4 smaller bars that fill up every 15 minutes, so that will give you a total of 2 hours of inactivity. Okay, the next screen we have your steps and your progress towards your total goal for the day. So I've done 2,911 steps today and my goal is 6,429. One of the features of the Garmin's that I personally really like is it has a automatic setting on your goal. Your goal is based on your what you've achieved and what you haven't achieved. So rather than setting a very high unachievable goal or a very low easy to achieve goal, the Garmin will set your goal for you on a daily basis based on your previous results. So that's something I think is very good and motivational. So that's my steps. Next one is floors. These are, again, it's something you've recently been introduced by Fitbit in their Blaze product and I think their Ultra product. It's just another motivational thing. So rather than just walking on the horizontal, it's trying to get you to climb some floors, and it's another challenge. As you can see from each one of the metrics, you can have your daily goal. So there's my daily goal for my steps. The floors goal you set yourself. So I don't climb any stairs during the day apart from when I'm at home, and yeah, so I just set mine to lowly, just down to 10. Next we have the active hours per week. The active hours per week are based on your actual exercise time. So these aren't while you're walking the dog or just taking a stroll. You do have to have set the Vivosmart into exercise mode for these to fill in. So it's telling me so far this week, which starts yesterday, I've done 42 minutes of my goal of 3 hours of active time. And again, there's a completion bar across the bottom. So that 180, you would set that yourself from your Garmin Connect app, and whatever is realistic, you set that as your goal. These are the calories that I've burnt today, and that's obviously from exercise and just your sort of basal metabolic burn, so just from sitting and existing. And this is a distance that I've achieved today. You can obviously set that in your own imperial or metric distance. Okay, now this is your smartphone music control. So if your phone is connected, then you can control your music on and off, which is great if you're in the gym. I don't think there's any volume control, which is a bit of a pain. If there is, I'll add an edit to the video, but that's your music control on and off, and obviously you can move forward and backwards to different tracks. Okay, and then moving from the music control, we go to the weather. Again, you need your phone to be connected to the network, and you need your Garmin Connect app to be running, and we get a 4-day forecast and a current live forecast. As with most of these products nowadays, the Vivosmart HR includes smartphone notifications. So again, with the phone connected, if you get a incoming phone call or a message alert or calendar event, that will show up in your display, and you get a vibration. If it's a text display, you can just tap it to read it if you want more details. And then finally we move on to the heart rate screen. Anytime you want, you can see your heart rate. The Vivosmart HR takes your heart rate every 5 minutes, I think it is, and it puts that into a last 4 hours heart rate graph, which shows you your highs and lows and gives you your details there on the bottom, so low of 45 and a high of 80, and your heart rate throughout the day is also displayed in the app, which is useful. Okay, so they're the main screens of the Vivo HR from the touch sensor on the front. You'll notice there's also a button here. The button goes into additional features. So we've got exercise mode, where it's either run, cardio or other. It's fairly limited to what you see here. You can't set the displays. So they've time, distance, calories, heart rate, back to time, and music control. And then press again to stop, and then we can either keep it or discard it. I'll discard that. So that's exercise mode. That's your do not disturb. This is the daily alarm. You can only view it from here. You can't turn it on and off. I'd like to be able to turn it on or off for there. That would be handy. So that's actually set in the app. That's your Bluetooth settings, where you can currently telling me I'm connected. You can pair your smartphone notifications on or off, and a connect alert. So the real settings for this watch, for the Smart HR, are in the app itself. That would do a synchronization, syncing the data between the phone and the app. We'll have a look at the app in a minute, but the app's currently running now on my phone. This is another useful feature that you don't find in many other products, the Find a Phone. The little bar shows you how far away you are from the phone, and the phone makes a noise. There we go, that's that. And finally, the last three here, we get if you've had any training for the day, this will tell you what you've done. Very basic summary. Again, you get more detail in the app. And these are your settings. One thing I want to definitely show you is, just give you an idea of the settings. Auto lap's good. If you're running, then that means every mile or every kilometre it puts a stamp down in the data record to show you your average laps. Obviously it's only getting its speed and distance from the accelerometer, so it's not GPS. But it's we've tested it, and I'm very impressed with the accuracy of this and other products like the Polar A360. They're very good, sort of 90 to 95% accuracy. Activity tracking on or off. So this is heart rate mode, and if I go into heart rate mode, I can either turn it on or off, but also I can put it into broadcast mode. And this is a great feature if you happen to own something like I do, like a Garmin Edge, for example. Then I'll You can just about see there, this now has, if I go into the normal screens, there we have it. So the heart rate is being broadcast in ANT plus from my Vivosmart HR to the Garmin Edge unit. So that's in ANT plus. So that's a really good feature. It doesn't run in exercise mode, but that would be confusing because then you'd have two exercises. So you just turn on broadcast and it's that easy. Turn it back off again. Okay, and that's really the end of the video review of the actual product. It's a very nice soft polyurethane. It's comfortable to wear. It's a bit of an odd lump on the back for the heart rate sensor. It does leave a little bit of an impression in your skin, and I sort of do take it off every couple of days. Otherwise I think it might get a bit sore. But the Vivosmart HR, annoyingly, like lots of other products, uses its own proprietary charging bracket which clips on the case up there, like so, to charge. Again, it would be great if it used the micro USB like Polar do, for example, but we can live with that. Okay, so let's have a little look at the Garmin Connect app. I'm just going to scroll through all of the main screens. If anything needs explaining, I'll give a shout out. So this is your main, if we go here, this is called the snapshot view. Okay, so in the snapshot view, we've got steps, sleep, and a heart rate graph for the day. Anything you see on the screen, you can click on and pretty much then get a daily more details, and then you can scroll through to previous days. So here, for example, yesterday 5,400 steps, etc., etc. Down at the bottom you have a hourly breakdown graph of the activity, and we've got floors climbed, floors descended, calories and distance. So this is the step details in its exploded view. As you can see, it's very informative and user friendly. In the same way, you can click on the sleep. So if you go, this is very similar to the Polar and the Fitbit, so the two that I'm familiar with. You get a breakdown of deep sleep, light sleep, and awake time. You also can get a movement graph as well to show different amounts of movement for each day. So that's your sleep quality and duration. And the same way, we can click on the bottom for heart rate, and we can go to different days. Days obviously where I wore the tracker for exercise as well as throughout the day, and you can see you get a daily snapshot of your, at the bottom here, your average resting heart rate, your heart rate range basically. Okay, now obviously if you say, for example, take this day, there's an exercise here, and then you can then go into that and get more details. Okay, so this draws the review of the Garmin Vivosmart HR to a close. I hope you found it interesting and informative. I'm sure there's some things we forgot to mention, but overall I'd say it's a great product, supported by a very competent and user-friendly app, and if you could help to support us, please do click on the links below to check the prices, and thanks very much for watching the review. Cheers.